Hey folks, welcome back here to the Biggest On channel. We're here on the east side of town once more, off of Stewart Avenue, coming up to the four-way stop here at Fogg Street, F-O-G-G, which becomes Mount Hood Street, just north of here. More games that they play with the roads around here because they, they build a road and then they're like, oh, there's going to be another neighborhood north of here. Let's turn this road into another road up where that new neighborhood starts and all that. It just becomes this huge cluster where things just, you end up really confused. At least I do. So you're like, oh, but doesn't this road go through? No, it does not. And I know a lot of the folks, I get a lot of comments from folks that grew up here, born and raised here and stuff, and they're like, you must not be from here. And as if that's supposed to, I guess in some way, justify the planning or lack thereof that the city planners had when it came to designing the roadways and naming them in this town. There are plenty of towns with disjointed street names, but this one seems to have taken great liberties with the whole disjointed street naming thing. Because like Pecos, it's a major road, but you can't take it all the way from the north end of town to the south end of town. Ann Road, there's an Ann Road east of the 15, did you know that? But you can't take it to where Ann Road begins on the west side of town, west of the 15, because it doesn't go straight through. Hollywood Boulevard, over here on the east side, just behind us. Same thing. There's a Hollywood Boulevard north of the Air Force Base. And they're not connected because the Air Force Base is in the middle of them. And then Hollywood Boulevard on the other side of the wetlands, where they're supposed to be extending Hollywood Boulevard down into Henderson, that is not named Hollywood down there. In fact, if you take Hollywood and just draw a straight line all the way down south, north to south, it would probably run right into Gibson Road down there in Henderson. So a lot of the folks that are just moving here, just a little FYI for you, definitely rely on your GPS when you first come here because the roads are all over the place. We'll pause it here for a moment. Got the green light here at Nellis on the east side of town. Nellis is a major north-south artery here on the east side of town. Goes all the way from Russell Road all the way out to up to Craig Road, where it just terminates right outside the Nellis Air Force Base main gate. I think that semi is trying to make the U-turn and just realized he missed it. There's a Walmart over there. And so you see here along Stewart Avenue, we've made this comparison and contrast in the past when it comes to the streets on the west side of town, certainly in Summerlin and stuff. And here it's just cinder blocks and power poles all along the sides of the road. No decorative anything over here. They used to have, well, from time to time they would have these banners that they would put up here along the street lights. No banners up right now. That would say something like East Las Vegas, it's a great place to live, or something like that, you know, to really help sell the place. This Infiniti over here sounds like it's got a V8 in it. Really loud Infiniti. It's got dual exhaust. That doesn't mean anything though. It could be a V6. As we cross Page Street. That light back there was Marion, by the way, which becomes Arden, south of Charleston. Same roadway, different name. And we approach now Lamb Boulevard, another major north-south artery here on the east side of town. Lamb, there's a lot of residences right up against the sides of Lamb here. Really It's got to be really loud for those folks. And again, I would worry about someone come crashing through my living room if I lived right off a major thoroughfare like this, especially in a 24-hour town like this. 7-Eleven over there on the corner, one of 162 7-Elevens here in the greater Las Vegas area, more than any other metro in the country. And there is Supermercado Los Compadres numero uno. It's a Hispanic supermarket chain. And Stewart Lamb Plaza, El Rancho Boots, Carniceria, Princess Flowers, La Tradicion, Mexican restaurant it says. I have a lot of folks ask me, are you a native-born Spanish speaker? No, I'm not. I had a very tough professor for Spanish 1 and Spanish 2 in college. She was really, really on us about pronouncing everything correctly. It wasn't just about memorizing, it was about pronouncing. Putting the emphasis on the wrong syllables would get you in trouble with her. So it's really, really important to her to get the pronunciations down right. Got an A both semesters, so I guess I did okay. She was really tough on us. I forget her name. Usually you remember the tough ones. But I probably don't now because I got an A, so. I remember the names of the ones that didn't get me A's. Definitely never forget those. And we've got a little BMW convertible flying around us here. That was, she was in a hurry. I guess she still is. So we just passed Sand Hill back there, which is not a major north-south arterial, but it's another one whose name gets picked up here and there all over the place. Here, there, and everywhere. As we come up to Pecos/Pecos. I've heard it pronounced both ways, so I say it both ways. But again, as I mentioned earlier, it does not go all the way through. Ah, Colorado plate. And she's got music playing, so I can't be too close. I gotta pause it for a moment. For a long time, this light was on a timer. Now it's back to the usual, the sensors or whatever, but I think they extended the time on Pecos/Pecos a little bit too long for everyone. I mean, I'm sitting here doing the speed limit. I got this Escalade right behind me. This Beamer wanted to fly around me. There's the City of Las Vegas Detention Center over there on the right, where if you party too hardy down on Fremont, you may end up finding yourself. If you end up like Eminem and you lose yourself, that is where you will find yourself. Come over here to Mojave. No, we're not going to go to Mojave. We're going to go up here to 30th, and we'll make a right into here.
You are over the speed limit.
And then we'll go into this development right here, which we've been through a few times, but we always see something different in here. So, want to highlight this area in here, folks. Welcome to fabulous Las Vegas, Nevada. Home of multi-billion-dollar casino resorts. And its surrounding residences. Not sure what this truck is doing here. Lots of bars on windows and doors you see around here. And we'll wait for this guy here. See if I can sneak around him. I think he's looking to move. He's moving or something. There's a lot of crap in the roadways here. I don't want to get flat. There are old couches sitting there. And this is steps, well, we're about 2 miles east, I'd say, of the Las Vegas, the Fremont Street Experience. up here. This guy's twirling a hat on a stick. And I get a lot of comments from folks who tell me this is nothing. Go to LA, go to Detroit, go to Chicago. I get it. Every area there, every city has its areas. But this is supposed to be Vegas. This is fantasy land for adults, right? This is supposed to be Disney World for adults, right? It's an old truck there. That orange one, burnt orange you see there. But this is the Vegas that you don't see. And this is one of the reasons we started this channel, because we wanted to highlight this for folks. And not sure what type of transactions end up taking place right here in front of us, but I cannot get around them. I just don't want to hit anyone. There we go. Marlin Avenue, that's where we're at. And these are the back sides of these apartments. This is where the parking is for these folks. Right here off of Marlin. And it tells a story. Looks like they're dumping a whole bunch of crap into one of the dumpsters here. I wonder if that's why all of these have a bunch of junk in them all the time, like furniture and stuff like that. People are coming in here and dumping it into all these dumpsters. That would explain why there's always furniture out here. We see that in a lot of neighborhoods with these dumpsters, with the dumpsters right on the sides of the roadway like that. We see that a lot. And someone with a U-Haul just emptying out a whole bunch of furniture into a dumpster, that makes me wonder if that's what they're doing. I guess it's better than them dumping it out in the desert, because that happens all the time too. But doesn't leave the residents of the area very much room. Want to thank you all so very, very much for joining us. Please do like, follow, share, and subscribe to us. It really helps recommend us to all other viewers on everywhere. And it also helps recommend us to the almighty algorithm. The almighty algorithm. My big pal Al, I call him, is what really recommends us to other viewers. So please help us out. Please. And a big shout out to all of our members. Thank you so very, very much for being a part of our channel. And as always, remember here on the Vegas Down channel, it is the journey where what happens in Vegas stays here on the Vegas Down channel on YouTube. We'll see you next time, folks.